Welcome back to Meeting Virginia, the best show in Virginia, allegedly. Today I have a very special guest. Pretty stoked to have her on. We've actually been friends for a while, so I'm curious to see how this conversation goes because I'm going to do my best to make her as uncomfortable as possible. But welcome to the show, ALINA. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good. How are you?
Not too bad. Pretty good. Actually, very caffeinated right now.
Good.
So,
kind of jealous of that, but
I offered you coffee.
You did.
I mean,
it's okay. Water for an esthetician. There's only water.
Sounds good. So, well, she's already going into it. Before I ask you questions about skincare and how to become more beautiful, because I need to beautify myself, could you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I was born in Russia. I moved here when I was 12. So I basically grew up here, became an adult here. So I've always been curious about the business side of the world. It's something that I'm really interested in. I've always had like a natural predisposition to hustle and make money. It's something that I've always been into. And here I got into the world of retail. So I've been doing retail for a while, for almost 9 years. And then one of my jobs was working for this company that sold skincare, body care. And they had some education for us, but I felt like the amount of questions I was getting from my customers required me to kind of look deeper into skincare and skin and how everything really works. So when I started doing my own research, I started realizing there was a lot of things that they taught us that weren't necessarily true. They were kind of spun in a different way to, guess what, to sell more product. So from there I kind of started being more interested in it, and I decided to go to school for it and get my license.
Okay, interesting. I'm curious to know, what were some of those things that they, I guess, tell people that weren't correct?
Yeah. So I think marketing has really ruined the beauty industry, because if you go to any store, they will tell you, okay, first you got to use this oil cleanser, and then to wash the oil off of your face you got to use another cleanser, and then after that you got to hydrate, like 3-4 different steps. You got to put a light cream on, then you're going to put a heavier cream on, then you're going to put an oil on top of it to seal everything in. Why do they say that?
They're trying to stack up.
They want you to buy more stuff. In reality, your skin does its own magic. All you have to do is keep it clean. And if you're on the drier side, yeah, you want to hydrate. Most of the people are really oily. They might feel dry. I mean, it all depends on your pore size. So you might feel dry, especially during colder months. We have so much heat blasting in our cars, in our houses, everywhere in the office. So you're actually dehydrated. We say dry because that's how we feel, but technically dry is when you don't produce any oil. So your skin is dehydrating because it's getting dried out by the dry air. If you're not drinking enough water, of course, you're going to get dehydrated. So when that happens, people think, oh, I got to use a moisturizer. And they put moisturizer on top of their natural oils. And then they get acne. And then they're so confused. Why am I getting acne? I'm doing everything right. Well, you should have drank water. You shouldn't have used that moisturizer. That's the difference between dry and dehydrated.
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
So you're saying if you basically just hydrate, that's more, I guess, effective for your skin?
Yeah, it's healthier, because when you're using heavy stuff like moisturizers and oils, you're clogging your pores. You're putting so much stuff in your pores, and the bacteria that gets stuck in there is going to cause inflammation and then breakout.
I did not know that at all, actually.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and it's really interesting how much easier it is for guys, because one, your skin is thicker. So when you put stuff on your face, it's not going to clog your pores the same way it would clog mine. And in addition to that, you also exfoliate daily because you shave. Girls don't.
Wow.
So we have to exfoliate some other ways, but guys shave half of their faces. So y'all exfoliate, y'all have beautiful skin. You can, grab a towel, wipe your face, and go by your day. We're going to get like 5 breakouts from that.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that at all. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, everyone is different, of course, but majority-wise.
Interesting. Because I have like this facial cleaner. It's just like a generic, like, CVS brand.
Yeah.
And like an exfoliator, just because someone was like, you should exfoliate more.
You should.
And I was like,
you should.
all right, I
That's
guess
good.
I will.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But I don't know, like, is that effective? Is to use
So
that,
most likely what your cleanser does is it does nothing.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm not
ripped
going to say 100% because I need to see the ingredients. But most of the stuff that's being sold over the counter, very empty formulas, just mostly water and like cheap soap. It doesn't really do much for you. So it's not really bad, right? Like, it's not going to destroy your face. It's not going to cause you to break out more, but it also doesn't do that much. I don't know if you've heard of Ordinary. It's a really popular skincare brand. They became really popular because they're really cheap. They're very affordable, very inexpensive. But with that, what kind of quality are their ingredients? Of course, it's not good quality. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So like, yeah, you're paying less money, but you're not seeing any results. So you're wasting your money.
So it's better to go with a more quality brand that
I would
has...
definitely go with a more quality brand, something professional, like professional skincare, because they actually have doctors and chemists coming up with the formulations. Also, I will say it's not all about like the most expensive product. It's all about ingredients. There are over-the-counter brands that have good ingredients. La Roche-Posay, a very good brand. There's a lot of really good brands out there, but you just have to look at the ingredients. And I'll tell you guys a little secret. You don't really need a license to be able to understand the ingredients because we have Google. You just have to Google it. Just look at the ingredients, Google the first like 5. The first one will always be water, and then Google the next 5. And just read it. I mean, it's really easy, to be honest.
For anyone listening, what should they look out for if they, I guess, are going through those ingredients?
Yeah. The number one ingredient that you don't want to see in any formulations, except sunscreen, but we'll get to sunscreen later. It's its own world. Dimethicone, anything that ends with like cone, it's all silicones. And a really bad thing about those. So, you know, FDA checks every formulation and has to approve it for it to be on the market, right? Mm-hmm. So they will see there are ingredients that can be potentially toxic or carcinogenic. And they will say, oh, well, there's only a little bit of it in there. That's fine. But then if you look at all of the ingredients, there's going to be like 5 of those toxic or carcinogenic ingredients in very low dosages. But 5 of them together is definitely not good for you. But FDA doesn't care. FDA just sees, oh, there's only this much of dimethicone, that's fine. Oh, just this much of this one, that's fine. But then when it's all in one formulation, it's not going to be good for your skin. So definitely avoid silicones, anything that you look up and it has potential to be carcinogenic. I mean, yeah, we use it in very low dosages, so most likely nothing bad will happen, but it's up to you if you want to take that chance.
That is interesting. It makes me think, on a slightly random note, it makes me think about fitness supplements.
Right.
Because supplements are kind of like that too, where most, in my opinion at least, are garbage.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're just like overpriced.
Yeah.
It makes you think you're going to get like jacked.
Right. I mean, most supplements, it's way better to eat those vitamins and minerals. Supplements are not going to absorb into your body the same way when you're consuming it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it sounds like in the skincare industry, and this is probably true of every industry, I imagine.
Right.
There's like, most of the stuff is just give us your money. And there's a few things that are actually
all like
quality.
fluff. Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
For sure.
So I want to ask, because I feel like guys don't invest enough time like into skincare, myself included. I'm trying. I'm trying to like invest more time.
Love it.
I got my exfoliator and my
good. You got to send me the pictures of those later.
You're gonna laugh at me because
no, do it. So let me roast you a little bit. I'll put you on the good stuff though.
But I would say I want to ask about for girls too. But I guess first for men, while it's on my mind, what would you say most men should do, I guess, to have better skin? Because I feel like men kind of don't invest much time into like grooming and stuff like that, which to me is like, should invest more time into clothing, should invest more time in it and everything, but especially skincare. Yeah, because it keeps you looking better.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays it's a really important thing, right? You gotta appear very put together, professional, looking good, especially this area. People really take care of their stuff, of themselves.
Yeah. Especially because if you're a guy, this is my personal opinion, I feel like girls like a guy that is groomed. Of course. Yeah.
So
if you're a guy
that's always better.
If you're a guy watching or listening, it helps to groom yourself so you can be more attractive. So Miss Alina, what would you recommend to us men who look like cavemen?
Absolutely. So if you're somebody that shaves, I would cleanse your face in the morning.
Okay.
And use sunscreen. We're going to get to sunscreen once again a little bit later. And then at nighttime, you just want to make sure that you are removing your sunscreen properly. So sometimes that means using a really strong face wash. Sometimes that means using a regular face wash twice in a row until you feel that your skin is clean. And once you try it, you'll see what I mean by that. Like, you can really feel your skin when it's really clean when you like wash your face twice in a row.
Okay.
The first time you wash, you're just getting off all of the pollutants from the outside, like oil, sweat. But then the second time you wash your face, you can actually get into your pores. So you're actually cleansing it very thoroughly. And then if you're somebody that shaves, use an exfoliator on the areas of your area where you don't shave, your forehead, the upper area of the cheeks. If you don't shave, then you want to use exfoliator everywhere, of course, since you don't have that natural exfoliation happening. Okay. So really, it really comes down to washing your face. Exfoliation is super important because if you just think about it, you want to get all that dead skin cells that are ready to shed off of your skin so your new layers of skin can really shine through and look healthy and glowy. So just washing your face is a really great first step.
Okay.
Especially at night, getting all the gunk off.
I think so. That's doable for guys.
Very. I mean, it should be very simple. Even for girls, you should just cleanse, exfoliate, and then if you have stuff to treat, if you have dark spots, hyperpigmentation, if you have, wrinkles forming, you want to do something anti-aging for sure. If you're dry and you want to moisturize, yes. But that's it. We shouldn't be putting like 5 things on our face every day.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Especially, I'm going to almost interrupt. If you think about it, if you look at pictures back in the day, people didn't really have acne. I mean, from hormonal acne, teenagers, but in their adult life, people really didn't have acne before. But now everyone is suffering. Every client I get in my school, it's an acne client.
Really?
Everybody, unless they're like postmenopause, so they're not producing oil anymore, then they're coming in for anti-aging treatment. But everybody's there for acne because we're just putting everything in our faces. We see it on TikTok and we're like, okay, let's do it. Slap it on my face. Giving ourselves acne.
People are like, buy this, buy this.
Yeah. But I don't mind because that's extra business for me. Yeah. So I always go, I see you tried that. Let's help you with that.
Is acne really like... It could just be because I don't really notice it. Maybe I'm just like, it's probably because I'm just working so much. I'm like shut in and I don't really see people as much. Is acne really like that big or that common?
I really think so, yeah. I mean, most of my friends have acne. Girls do a great job of covering it up a lot of times with makeup and everything. But I mean, it's a big thing for people. A lot of people feel self-conscious. One of my best friends, he's had acne for a really long time and he's been going to dermatologists for it. Like, he's been on antibiotics and it's still not getting that much better. And for him, it's a huge like confidence crush because he's shy to talk to girls because he feels like they're going to think, oh, ew, his face is so oily and ugly. I don't want to kiss somebody like that. Like, it's a big thing for guys even.
Yeah.
I never thought about it that way, but when he shared with me, I thought, I mean, I could see that. Girls are self-conscious about their weight. In reality, usually guys don't really care. Girls are the ones that care for the most part. But then, guys really do struggle with those type of thoughts.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if I've ever had like bad acne. So I guess maybe it's just one of those things
You're just blessed genetically to get it.
I don't know. Like, I don't really know. I don't know what it is. I think if people had acne, I just never really, like, as I'm thinking about it, I guess I did know people with acne. I just never
really thought about
processed it or really thought much about it.
Yeah, noticed it that much.
Yeah, but that's interesting.
I mean, it's something that's like natural. You're not really going to stare into a person's face and be like, what are the imperfections, you know?
Just look at somebody like,
right.
oh,
But now, right, now that I've studied skin and everything, that's the first thing I see. I see all those hyperpigmentation spots, acne. I see the scarring and I go, oh, you used to have acne, didn't you? And they're like, yeah, how could you tell? I mean, them scars are on your face. I can see them.
Yeah.
But again, it's just because I'm an esthetician and I'm looking for those things. I'm working with those type of things. It's not that every like person is staring at your face while talking to you the whole time.
That is interesting. Huh. So I do want to ask, so we talked about, I guess, what guys can do. Mm-hmm. For any ladies listening or watching, what would you recommend they do?
I think the best thing to do if you've tried a lot of things and nothing is working for you, right? Is to go to an esthetician at least once, because they can look at your skin and they can tell you exactly what's going on, or at least give you an idea of what could be going on. Because most of the time, the clients I have, their problems are all the same. Not washing the pillowcase, like only changing it like once a month. I mean, of course you're gonna break out from that.
You're supposed to change it more than once
like
a month?
once a week is good.
Once a week?
Once a week is good.
What about like, you can't do it like once a quarter, once a year?
Once a year, that's kind of nasty.
What?
Oh God.
Once a year?
Once a week is great.
Right?
Once every 2 weeks.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I
a little
don't know. I
crusty.
change mine like every day, but
yeah. Same. Sure. Well, yeah. I mean, keeping stuff that's gonna touch your face clean, it makes sense, right? Like towels, you don't want to use the same towel for a month. You want to change the towel every time you use it because the bacteria is on it.
Every time you use
paper
it?
towels are a little bit better. Yeah.
Every time?
Yeah, because the towel is holding on to the bacteria. So if you, let's say, like accidentally didn't wash a little part of your face, it was a little bit oily still, it's on the towel, and then you're going to wipe it all over your face and spread the bacteria.
Huh.
Very delicate
That's
stuff.
a lot of towels.
Very delicate stuff. So I recommend paper towels. Just throw them away. Way easier.
Interesting.
Not as sustainable, but you know, that's something you gotta choose for yourself. Let's see what else. And like I said, simplifying your skincare routine. So going to an esthetician, getting your skin analyzed, figuring out, am I oily? Am I a combination? Which areas of my face are actually dry? And them having like knowledge and being able to help you to put together a skincare routine is extremely helpful. Even if you're on a tight budget, you can always ask them what they would recommend. Mm-hmm. Write down the ingredients for yourself. Find them. Google, find those products online for cheaper. Find the same ingredients. Try to find similar formulations.
Find the individual ingredients and then combine them to...
Yeah, because an esthetician will tell you, well, I think that, let's say, glycolic acid is something that could really help with your breakouts or hyperpigmentation. So from there, okay, glycolic acid is a good ingredient for me, so let me find something over the counter that hopefully doesn't have fragrance, but still has, somewhat good formulation, has glycolic in it. So at least it's another step towards a proper skincare routine that's actually going to help your skin balance itself out.
So I'm curious to ask too, because up until I met you and we talked, I think earlier this year or last year about you starting your own business one day. I didn't know really what an esthetician was. I'd never even heard the word until like you met. I was like, what is an esthetician? What is, like, I guess, even going to school to be an esthetician, what exactly is that like? Are you kind of studying just like chemicals? Is it like chemistry, or I'm just curious. I'm just curious to know like what that process is like, because I wouldn't even know. What even like? I
was actually very surprised with the amount of biology, anatomy,
it sounds
physics,
like it would be. Physics.
We have to know what kind of energy our machines are using. So we're not going to blow out the fuse, like proper, taking care of the machinery in a proper way. So I actually learned a lot of physics, a lot of like electricity, because we use electrical modalities. So you have to understand how the electricity is affecting the skin in order to use it. We have negative, positive poles that we have to hold the right way depending on what we're doing, disincrustation. It's a lot of
Wait.
stuff. We have this machine that you have to hold the positive pole as a client, and then as an esthetician, I'll hold the negative pole. And as I'm rolling it on your skin, it's going to dissolve all of the sebum, the oil in your pores, and it's going to be coming up. So it's way easier to remove it during the facial. So that's something that we have to understand how it works in order to be able to actually, safely use it. Yeah. So a lot of electricity, a lot of biology, anatomy, of course, skin. We learn the names of the bones that is in our scope of practice. We learn the name of the names of the muscles, because when you do a massage, you want to know which muscles you're touching.
Yeah.
So it was a lot. It was a lot. So
that's interesting.
the theory part was definitely, very interesting. I love learning in general, so it was something that I was really excited for. But I was surprised how much I had to learn for being an esthetician, because I thought, it's a beauty industry, it shouldn't be too hard. Oh no. Especially master estheticians, we have to memorize so many Latin words for bones. I did not expect that, which is fine, but it's crazy. Yeah. And then the second part of our program is clinic. So that's when we actually get clients coming in from the school, and we're able to work on strangers to get as much practice as we can.
Okay. Do they? I'm assuming they volunteer or.
Yeah, it's really cheap. They can make an appointment online. It's usually $30-$40 for a $200 treatment. It's extremely cheap because it's students. Yeah, so you're taking that risk. So yeah.
So they can't be mad if they go in.
Nope, they sign a paper. It's very they've been doing it for a while. They know what they're doing.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what. I kind of guess there might be some chemistry or biology involved.
Definitely chemistry. Yeah, a lot of chemistry as well, because you have to understand the formulations and which type of ingredients will work for different skin types. What can you mix? What shouldn't you mix?
Yeah.
If
I mix this will burn you. But if I take this ingredient out, it'll make your skin look glowing.
What do I do if your skin is already burning? What if we use something that you did not know that you had an allergy to? I did not know that. So you're telling me your skin feels like it's burning right now. What do I do in that case? So yeah, things like that is definitely very helpful to have that at least general base knowledge of what ingredient does what. So you're not going through the book in the middle of emergency.
Yeah. That'd be pretty funny. You come in with a face burning. It's hold on a second.
Yeah. Terrible. Let me text my teacher.
Yeah. I'm curious, besides acne, what's one of the worst things, not even if it's common, but just one of the worst things you've seen people come in with?
I think hyperpigmentation is probably the second one next to acne.
Is that skin
It's
discoloration?
dark spots. Usually people will come in with both acne and the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, meaning they had a breakout and then they either popped it themselves or the breakout was so big that your skin felt the need to really heal it. So it sent melanocytes to heal your skin. And also melanocytes are the cells that bring the pigment into your skin too, the melanin.
Okay.
So because the melanocytes are the ones that are responsible for healing and fixing your skin, it becomes a little bit darker. There's more pigment in that spot. So even if you messed with it or it was just such a big breakout that your skin was there's a wound, an open wound, we have to heal the trauma, that's where you get the darker spots after the breakouts and the acne and stuff like that, hyperpigmentation. Or some people just develop it over time. If you never use sunscreen and you have the tendency, to burn in the sun, or sometimes when people are just in the sun a lot, they just get hyperpigmentation from old age and sun exposure. So I think those would be the most common things that people come into an esthetician, because both of them are really hard to deal with yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, hyperpigmentation, there's different levels to it, but most of the time we can only recover up to 30%.
Really?
Yeah, if it's really deep in your skin, unless you go ahead and do a cosmetic procedure like ablative laser that's burning your skin.
What is it?
Ablative laser. They're literally burning your skin with different mediums, oxygen. There's an oxygen laser. And it's a whole
Sounds painful.
surgical procedure. Yeah, it's not fun. So unless you're ready to take that next step and, you know, do something more invasive, there's not that much that we can do as estheticians,
Interesting.
unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's something I want to build my whole philosophy on. Like, I don't ever want to tell people I'm going to make your skin look perfect. I mean, perfect is extremely hard to achieve.
Yeah.
And it also has to be a two-way street to really get as close to perfection as possible, because sleep affects your skin. What you eat, exercise, drinking water, like your type of job, what do you do? Are you in the sun all day? Are you inside all day? So many factors go into, you know, the way your skin looks. So it has to be a two-way street for us to be able to get to perfection as close to perfection as much as possible. But yeah, it's hard because a lot of things, they kind of accumulate over years in your skin. So expecting to come for 1, 2, 3 facials and get rid of it, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's going to take a lifetime to get rid of whatever, you know, you have accumulated during your lifetime.
Yeah. I imagine it would be. That's,
Yeah, especially hyperpigmentation. It gets so deep under the skin. I mean, we can do chemical peels where your skin is literally peeling from the amount of acid that we applied, and you'll still have like light marks afterwards because it was so deep in there. Yeah, chemical peels are my favorite.
Why? Because it's fun to peel?
It's so much fun. Your skin just peels off like a snake, and revealing that like nice, fresh new layer is just so satisfying to see. I love it.
This all sounds very painful.
It's not as painful as like you really have to take care of it. The aftercare is crazy. I mean, you have like flakes of skin hanging off your face, and you cannot peel it. Because if you're peeling it, you might start peeling a part that's not ready to shed yet, so you're exposing the skin that's not ready. Not good. That's how you really mess it up and get way more hyperpigmentation.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really fun though.
I'm curious because you mentioned sunscreen a few times.
Yeah.
And I've heard some people say like, "Oh, apply sunscreen."
Mm-hmm.
I want to know why. Besides the obvious, it protects you from the sun, what the importance of, like, why is sunscreen so important?
Right.
And I also have a secondary question, because as someone that grew up in the African American community, for anyone watching, I am black. There's always been the stigma that black people don't need sunscreen.
Let's get into it.
So I want to know,
can't wait.
Is that true? Because I don't know. I've never tried sunscreen, to be honest. And then
my God, my heart. Okay.
And then what's the importance of sunscreen? Like what's in it that makes it so important?
Right. So besides sun causing cancer, I mean, I guess we don't have to touch on that really. The other thing that the sun does is it ages us. So the sun is actually aging you faster. It's called photoaging. So by using SPF, you're preventing early aging. Okay. You're also preventing hyperpigmentation, melanoma, anything that comes to like skin discoloration. So that, I would say, is the number one reason, besides the let's not get skin cancer.
Yeah.
It's really just to prevent early aging.
Okay.
Another thing I will say, if you're somebody that uses a lot of prescription drugs, if you take prescriptions, if you use topical prescription, and if you use a lot of active ingredients like acids and the stronger kind of stuff, you're also sensitizing your skin to the sun too. So in that case, your physician or your esthetician should definitely let you know, if you use this, make sure you use sunscreen. I don't know if you've ever heard of benzoyl peroxide.
It's familiar.
It's
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Very common thing for dermatologists to prescribe. It's a very common antibiotic. What it does is it basically kills all of the bacteria, like any antibiotics do. The good and the bad, it doesn't care. It kills all of them. So that's something that's pretty harsh for your skin, right? So it can definitely give you dark spots if you expose your skin to the sun with no protection, because benzoyl is just so strong. It can really just cause you to get hyperpigmentation if you're not using sunscreen. And there's a lot of, I know antidepressants as well. They can really make you sensitive to the sun too. I would definitely look at your prescription bottle and see the, suggested.
What was that last chemical you mentioned?
Benzoyl peroxide.
After that, it was like anti-something. I've never heard of it.
I forgot what I said. Yeah, it will come back. Oh, antidepressants. There you go. I can't say it with my accent.
No.
Depressants. There we go. You can roast me for me not pronouncing things right.
Where's Leo at? No.
I know, right? Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. There was something else I was going to ask too. I forgot what it was.
Well, yeah, sunscreen. I have some more things to say about sunscreen.
Go for it.
So, preventing early signs of aging, of course, everybody wants that. Also, for the whole black don't crack, is that what it is?
Yeah.
We have the same skin. I mean, your skin might be thicker genetically. A lot of African Americans just have thicker skin in general, which is why I have a lot of clients that can put shea butter on their face. If I ever did that, I would be covered in acne. Very different skin types. Absolutely. It's super, super heavy.
I did not know that.
But a lot of, especially Africans, they grow up putting so much shea butter, like pure shea butter on their faces in their childhood, in their communities. Someone actually told me, I don't know, this is a girl from Ghana told me that as soon as the baby is born, they like cover it in shea butter to make the skin really smooth. I don't know. Maybe it's just something her village does. I'm not sure. But if you use something from your very childhood and it's something that your ancestors have used genetically for so long, it's not going to have the same effect on, you as everybody else. Yeah. So, still though, we still have the same skin. You still have to protect it from the sun. You can still get skin cancer. You should still use it. Is it going to cause the same amount of aging for me and for you? Probably not. For me, it's probably going to be a little bit stronger, a little bit harsher because my skin is lighter, so it gets affected easier. But in the end of the day, you're still getting affected. Just maybe not as strongly as I am.
Okay. Or
someone that's like more pale,
So I'm going to go get some sunscreen.
As you should. You should reapply it every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
Because after 2 hours, it's not working anymore. Never go for SPF higher than 50. Honestly, you don't even need higher than 30. 30 is great because the higher it goes, the more chemicals are in there. And it's just putting more poison on your face. And yes, by the way, sunscreen is poison, but we do need it to protect ourselves.
Moderated poison.
Yeah, it's a lesser evil. I would rather that something that I can wash off at the end of the day rather than being in the sun the whole day and without any protection and then having more issues to deal with. So yeah, that's another crazy thing about sunscreen. It is technically poison, but you kind of want it to be because you want it to be effective. You want to make sure you're applying it an even layer because, if you're just throwing it on, you're not really protecting your face completely. Right. So that's something people don't really know. If you're gonna go swimming, you're washing it off. You have to reapply it too. Let's see what else.
So those people at the beach that put it on, they get in the water. They're basically just
you're just washing it off. There's waterproof SPF too, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. There's two different types. There's mineral SPF and chemical. Nowadays we have a lot of really good formulations that uses both. I personally prefer the ones that are mixed. Okay. I do know people that only use mineral sunscreen since there's no chemicals in it. They feel like it's not as toxic to their skin, which is true. Unfortunately, 99% of the mineral sunscreen is zinc oxide, which is very, very white and pasty. So a lot of people with darker skin tones just cannot use that. It makes you look a little gray and ashy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big problem that most people with darker skin tones have with sunscreen. You have to find a good formula that's not going to be super white on you. I found that Black Girl sunscreen works great for my darker skin tone clients. Anybody Fitzpatrick 4 and up is a scale that we use when talking to skin colors. All my estheticians know what I'm talking about.
Fitzpatrick
scale. Yeah, scale. I'm like a good 3. I'm in between 3 and 4 just because I have very dark hair. Well, it's bleached now, but naturally.
Yeah.
But you would fall like on a 5.
So what's
Based off of the scale
start from and then end at?
One is like pale blue eyes, like Scandinavian.
Okay.
Very, very, very light. 2, you start getting into like regular white, you know. 3, you start getting hints of like olive, Mediterranean. And then 4 and up is going to be more like darker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Asians really interestingly fall into categories 3 and 4 because even though their skin is pale, they have very dark hair and dark eyes. So they can actually hyperpigment pretty dark, even though they're on a lighter side. So Asians we treat as darker skin tones as well.
That is interesting.
And it's really important when it comes to doing advanced treatments because like with chemical peels, you don't want to use something that's going to cause more inflammation to the skin. So depending on where you fall on the scale, I kind of know what kind of ingredients I should be using for you.
That's a wow.
It's a lot, right? It's a lot.
I did not expect. This is like a whole crash course. This is awesome.
It's a whole new world, and you're getting like 2 years of education in 30 minutes.
No, this is fantastic. Even like some of the chemicals, I'm like, I've never even heard of these chemicals. Like, what's going on? Like,
no, I love learning all of it. It's so fascinating to me.
Do you already? I remember you said you were starting your own business. Did you already start it, or are you still?
No.
Okay. No.
I've been working a lot lately. I actually am quitting my job soon. My retail assistant manager job.
Just in case they watch this, you can't say that until after.
It's okay. They can see it all. I don't think I'll ever be back to that stressful place. It was a good place for me, but not anymore because I really do see myself starting as soon as possible with my business.
That's good.
I'm going to register my LLC soon-ish. And then I'm definitely looking to do like soft opening maybe next year around this time, maybe next year fall.
Okay.
If everything goes according to the plan, it should be something like that. That kind of timeline. Yeah, I'm excited. I still need to get the master license.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still in school.
I feel like next time around, when you finally do open, you have to come back on the show.
Yeah.
And then be like, guys, I'm open. I know everything there's to know about. I should be facing the camera.
Right.
I know everything there's to know about skincare, how to look beautiful, everything. So come find me.
Come find me.
And they're gonna be like, Alina,
yes.
What's your email?
Right.
Where's your address? What's your IG? Where can we sign up?
Yes, I love that. Just today I was getting my nails done and me and the lady said, oh, I'll send you clients if you send me clients.
There you go.
Just got a network, baby.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, very exciting.
I was curious to know your thoughts on this, and we've talked about this already. I wanted to ask you, and this is completely random from what we just went to like skincare.
Left turn.
And this is going to be complete left turn. What are your thoughts on men paying? This is like super random. As I'm saying, I'm like, this is complete random.
I love it.
What are your thoughts on men paying for first dates? And I know just so anyone listening isn't like baffled, they're like, how did he get from skincare to like dating stuff? We had a conversation beforehand. We were talking about a friend's Instagram post, and I wanted to ask you about it because it was on my mind. For anyone watching and listening, they'd be like, well, this is so confusing. But I'm curious to know your thoughts.
I feel like I have a very different opinion because of my background. I mean, I came from a country that's very patriarchal. Patriarchy is, the way that our families are. And for me, the idea of men is always going to be, he's the man, he's going to take care of you, he's going to take care of the house, the kids, he's the foundation for you to lean on. So in my opinion, I think the guy should pay for the first date. I do think it's nice for the guys, for like the girls to offer and say, did you want to split it? I think it's okay to ask that. I wouldn't ask if they want me to cover it, but I'll ask if they want to split it, especially nowadays with casual dating. I mean, if you're just like dating casually, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But after all, at the end of the day, I would prefer the guy to cover it just because it really shows that like he's willing to provide and take care of you.
Okay. That's a fair point. That's fair.
But I have a very different opinion. I feel like most girls are going to be like, I can handle it myself. Which I can, but it's nice.
My friend posted it on her Instagram, and I feel like I'm seeing like mixed responses. Like some girls are like, I feel like most are kind of just like, he should pay no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm one of those people where like, I feel like most guys are going to probably offer the first date. Like,
Yeah.
I'm one of the people that's like, if you offer, pay. Even if a girl offered to me, I'd probably still want to pay because that's just how
It's
I am.
a respect thing, right?
Yeah.
Kind of
it
is.
I'm weird. I'm offended if I like, I know like, this is just completely honest. I've taken girls out to like get coffee. And they'll be like, no, I can pay. And I'm kind of in my mind, like, I'm kind of offended. Like, what do you mean you can pay? I'm paying. Like, it's coffee. It's $2 for me. It's not that big of a deal.
Right. That's why they say that.
Oh, yeah. It's just like, I'm still offended. So, like, I'm weird. But I also get, like, some guys are like, I don't want to go on this date. And she's not interested. And then I'm paying.
Well, I mean, why would she go on a date with you if she's not interested?
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like just weird to think that. I think that's deeper issues in that case scenario than that.
Yeah. I've seen girls do it, but I still feel like the guy should pay. Unless it's like absurd where you go get like food.
Right.
And it's obvious that she's not interested and then she's racking up like the bill.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like,
I've definitely heard some stories like that. Yeah. Those Tinder dates sometimes come out a little weird that way.
Yeah. Then that's kind of bad. But
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
otherwise it's like.
But I feel like you can tell kind of from the girl, like if she's just there to, get some food and use you, or if she's there to get to know you. You can gauge their interest.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that was pretty much, I was just curious to know your raw.
Were you surprised by my opinion or not at all?
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I mean, I think, I'm always curious. I think I might do like a poll on Instagram.
Yeah, you should. It's interesting.
A lot of guys I know, they're just kind of like, we should split it, which I don't like. I don't like when guys like split it, but I get it. Like, especially because times are hard out here and gas is like $20.
That's true. Yeah,
like
it's a little bit different now.
It's like you on a date. It's like,
Yeah.
I drove here. We can do 50-50, right? We both drove here. We can both split it.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like guys should pay. That's my thing.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But yeah. Well, I was just curious.
Yeah. Of course.
Before we close out of the episode, was there anything I missed that you wanted to bring up or talk about?
I just want to give everybody advice out there. The less is always more. Throw away all of your Sephora moisturizers. Please do yourself a favor. Throw away all of those Drunk Elephant $100 moisturizers. I know it hurts, but go get yourself some aloe.
What is it? Drunk Elephant?
Yeah, it's a brand. It's a really famous brand. They use pretty good ingredients, but they're so overpriced. I mean, the amount of ingredients you get for $80, you can get twice as many good ingredients in a professional skincare brand for the same amount of money.
Huh.
And they have really cute packaging. Not gonna lie, the packaging is adorable. The colors, the elephant picture, super cute.
That's what you're paying for?
Yeah. I mean, that's how
the
they get you, of course. And they do have good ingredients. They do have good formulations, but the amount of money you're paying, you could be getting way better. So yeah, just the less is more. Get some aloe from Walmart. Clear aloe with no like green color in it. Use that as your moisturizer. It's gonna do wonders for your skin. Wash your face and use aloe. Find a way to exfoliate that you prefer, whether it be mechanical with hopefully not a super harsh scrub, maybe something gentle that's not too bad, some bamboo scrubs, or just not that apricot scrub, anything but that. No, I bet you all the girls are like, oh yeah, the apricot scrub.
These are all new to me. I have no idea what these are.
But yeah, find a way to exfoliate, cleanse your face, use some aloe. You're golden. That's all you really need.
And use sunscreen.
Please use sunscreen and wash it off your skin before you go to sleep. If you have no energy like me and you cannot get up, I didn't say this, but use some salicylic acid wipes. Don't use makeup remover wipes. Terrible for you and the environment. Use some salicylic acid wipes. There's thousands of good ones out there over the counter. Just at least wipe it off your face with some chemicals. Do yourself a favor. But yeah, find a way to exfoliate. Chemical exfoliation is great for most people. Figuring out if glycolic acid works good for you, lactic acid. I would recommend seeing an esthetician to figure that part out, because there's a lot of nuances that go into it. Even just once a month, it would be a great way to invest into your skin. But make it simple for yourself. You really don't need 5 steps in a skincare routine. You don't need that oil. Throw it away, baby. Don't need that oil.
Don't fall for the marketing.
Don't fall for the marketing. I mean, thinking back to it, it's insane what I've done to people that came into that store. I mean, they were walking out with so many oils that they were going to put on themselves every day. I feel really bad. Hopefully I can recover.
Basket full of like items. It's like, you don't really need that.
Pretty much.
If you're gonna drop 300.
Pretty much. And if you find a good esthetician, they're not gonna try to sell you everything all at once. They're gonna tell you, look, this is a really good cleanser, and because your skin is congested, you should start with that. And then slowly and surely they can put you on more and more things as they see they need to. But just remember the less is more, and drink your water. I know it's like 5 things. Wear sunscreen, drink your water. But yeah.
Cool.
That's 2 years of education in 5 minutes.
That's solid. I think a lot of people, whoever knows what those, the apricot and the elephant thing, they're gonna get a lot of value out of that. Yeah. I think everyone's gonna get value out of that.
I think so. Yeah.
But now I'm rethinking my skincare routine. I gotta like get some new.
I mean, your skin looks good already. You're genetically blessed. It's obvious.
I appreciate that, because I honestly feel like my skin is like dry, but like I don't know. I don't really know.
But is it dry or dehydrated?
It could be. I drink.
Do you drink water? Coffee.
This is probably like all the water.
Oh God, yeah, you are so dehydrated. I'm gonna tell you another little helpful advice. Before you drink your cup of coffee, drink a cup of water. So your body already has that extra water. So when the coffee is going to dehydrate you, you're not actually getting dehydrated.
But I'm too tired to drink water. That's why I need
just chug it. Just chug the water and then drink your coffee.
I need energy from the coffee.
With energy to drink water?
Yeah.
You need energy to drink water?
Yes.
You're made out of water. You don't need energy.
Yeah, I do.
I get that, though. I get that. Sometimes I'm so tired I can't even get up to wash my face, and here I am, all of it is about washing your face. I get that.
All right. Well, for anyone listening and watching, where is the best place for them to find you, Miss Alina?
So I do have my business Instagram. I'm just going to open it up so I spell it right.
And I'll put this in the description as well.
Awesome.
And it'll flash across the bottom, so they'll see it as well in the video.
So my Instagram is called Grooming Bunny Aesthetics, and that's grooming.bunny.aesthetics. And so far, that's all I have for my business. But definitely, if you have any questions, if you would like any advice, or if you want me to check out some ingredients on a product you really want to invest in, send me a DM, send me a message. I'll take a look at it as soon as I have time. I don't mind. While I'm in school, I just want to help people out, spread the information and the knowledge. So yeah, if you have any questions, my DMs are open.
Cool. Sounds good. So guys, send her a DM. Go reach out to her. Get your skincare routine on point. Guys,
let's do it.
Do you take guys as well?
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Beard facials all day.
Guys and girls, reach out to her, especially you guys, because you guys need to start grooming better.
Yeah, and wash under that beard, please.
Wash under the beard. I've been doing that lately, actually, because I thought about it.
Right? It's not as dry and scratchy.
Yeah. One quick thing, because now I'm thinking about this.
Yeah.
I've been doing this recently. I've heard that putting like
beard oil, you're gonna say?
No, like conditioner.
Yeah.
Shampoo is good for like your. I don't know if that's true. I've been doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like hurting my skin or.
I think it works for you because, like I said, genetically seems like you're not really predisposed to breakouts. I think for somebody that has acne, it's a terrible idea. Don't put conditioner on your face. It's not made for your face. It's made for your hair. Of course, it's gonna soften up your beard because it's conditioner that's made for hair. Conditioners are mostly made out of silicones, so it's just kind of like a film on your hair that keeps it very smooth and soft. So that touching your skin can really break you out. I wouldn't do it if you already struggle with acne, but if you're somebody like Lenny that doesn't really, it's a cheaper way of using beard oil. Like, it's cheaper than using a beard oil, but it's the same thing, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point. Yeah, people use beard oils usually for that kind of stuff.
I was gonna try some beard oil,
Yeah.
but I honestly I don't think about it that much. I'm just
Yeah,
lazy,
I actually
so.
have a friend who makes her own,
Really?
and she's a Black business owner. So I should definitely reach out to her for you.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I got you.
Maybe she can if she wants to come on the show too.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, yeah. She would love to. I'll let her know. Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
know a lot of people would like to know, especially like. I think I know a lot of guys would like to grow facial hair, so that would be interesting to have her on.
Yeah, it kind of became a trend nowadays too. Like
To grow facial.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the beard. Yeah, for sure.
I think it ages guys up.
It does.
Because you shave and you like 15.
Baby,
if you're like a
face.
dude.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, beard facials became a thing now too. Which is another little secret in the industry. We're just washing your beard, but we're calling it a nice fancy name, so it feels really, elevated experience.
I've never heard of that. A beard facial?
Yeah, we're just washing your beard. Honestly, it's nothing special that we do there, but calling it a beard facial makes it sound very nice. Makes it sound like an $80 service, right?
It sounds like one. That's like beard facial.
It sure
what is that? I'm
does.
kinda
Just
curious
washing your beard
now.
there. It's kind of fun too.
Interesting. Well, we might talk more about that in a future episode.
I'll have to come for a part 2.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it.
But yeah, no, I appreciate you coming on though.
Thank you.
Like I said, guys, reach out to Alina, send her a DM, harass her, get all your questions asked, and then when she finally starts a business,
Yes.
like be a client, go buy her services.
Come support me.
But yep, I appreciate you being on the show, and I appreciate you guys watching another episode of Meeting Virginia. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.